Welcome to the Big Blue Radio Show, coming to you on Tulsa Community College's online radio station, The Grid, and on the Creativity Channel. I'm Greg Stone, Provost of TCC's Metro Campus.
And I'm Lee Goodson, President of TCC. At Convocation 2016, we visited with Professor Sloan Davis, who this year will serve as President of the Faculty Association.
We'll discuss the issues important to faculty members for the coming year next on the Big Blue Radio Show. We're here today with Sloan Davis, who is not only one of our full-time English faculty, but also who just started his term as President of the Faculty Association. And I also want to mention, before we get anything else, you're also one of the recipients of this year's Faculty Service Excellence Awards.
Congratulations.
That is huge.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Are you surprised?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I was, actually. So.
All right.
We have a lot to cover in a short amount of time, but
Sure.
talk to us about how you became involved in Faculty Association and what led you to this leadership role.
I know that normally most people that get involved with Faculty Association work their way through the executive board, being a representative for one of the campuses. That was not my case. Amanda Blackman approached me and asked me to represent Northeast. And at first I was resistant, not knowing the school, to be honest. And with some conversations and paying attention and listening to her speak at Convocation, it was this moment when I realized that if somebody wasn't going to step up, someone had to step up, and that was going to have to be me. So that's how it got me.
If not me, then who?
Right.
That's right.
And she could be quite persuasive.
Yeah.
She can. I hear her laughing right now.
Right.
On the cobblestones of Europe.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What are the goals of Faculty Association, and what, as a Faculty Association, are you involved in? Is the organization involved in?
Okay, so the goals this year, or the goals in general?
The goals in general, like the purpose.
Right, the purpose of the Faculty Association is to represent the faculty in maybe the larger decisions of the school and where the administration might be taking us, and to have voice in that process. But the second thing, I think, right behind that is to ensure student success and student learning, and to make sure that these things coalesce and work together. What was the second half of your question?
The second half was, I mean, you've answered it. What kind of activities do you involve yourself in?
Well, I mean, the Faculty Association is involved in a lot of committee work, task force, organizations. Communicating back to the faculty is a huge element of this.
I know there's a lot of back and forth. For instance, the Faculty Association, the executive committee will come to me.
Right.
You'll have a list of concerns every month. And then what do you do after
Right.
I've given you the good news or the bad news? What happens after that?
Yeah, so we bring our concerns to you.
Right.
We go through that with you. You answer what you can and what you can share, and then you bring up your issues and concerns and new ideas and everything, and then what I can share, I bring back to them, and then they work, this is the executive board, and then they work it over and we discuss it, and sometimes we have a vote on an issue and sometimes we don't, just letting them know that this is happening. And it's a bit of a tug of war, and I'm the knot in the middle, or the flag, you know, a little bit. But yeah, it's good.
Good.
And that back and forth, I mean, to use that analogy is really an apt one. And that's healthy, right? I mean, it's not
extremely healthy.
It's not just about trying to convince people to get on board with something or not, but I mean, that push and pull a little bit.
It's more transparent, right? It gets us all involved in a lot of ways that we didn't have before. I think this is a new approach in a lot of ways of sharing ideas and going back, and I think it's very healthy.
Well, I did want to actually ask you about what FA goals for the year are. I mean, what are those 2 or 3 issues that you and the other campus presidents, the executive board, maybe have already had some discussions about? What are those primary concentrations for you this year?
Okay, so, and I asked the faculty also for their input on this. Issues and concerns, obviously salary. That's always the elephant in the room, and I promised that I would always keep that elephant in the room, even with the budget crisis.
As you should.
As I should.
Exactly.
Yes,
Exactly.
absolutely.
Equity in salary has become an issue, and so that's another elephant in the room. And then pathways. It's really about reorg and pathways, and dealing with change. Change has become this four-letter word. It feels a little overwhelming for a lot of faculty. But so that's our focus: is clear communication, getting faculty more involved. I brought that up today. That it's vital that they put their hands on the clay and help us shape this thing. Otherwise, it'll be shaped for us. So we have to get more involved.
That's great, yeah.
So pathways is big, and there's a lot of elements to that, as you guys well know. So
Nobody gets left out.
yes, and it starts with mapping, and I think it helped a lot today to talk about why faculty need to be there for that institute. So I think the light bulb went off a little bit today.
Great. I think you talked a little bit about this, that faculty have been thinking a lot about pathways, and how do you think it will benefit? Or let me ask this a different way. Do faculty think that pathways will benefit the students and the learning process? And would you say as a whole faculty are maybe not excited to do it because it is so much change, but do they feel like there's a need?
I would say that the majority of faculty.
Right. You've always got groups.
Right.
Yeah.
As we know.
Yeah.
So the majority see the benefit, and I think the majority, if not close to all faculty, still have that love of teaching and student success in their hearts and in their minds going forward. So they do see how this can help. And Dr. Johnstone today was very clear about that. He helped a lot of faculty see the light, I thought.
He doesn't hold back.
He doesn't hold back, but he has clear answers, and he answers them very specifically with great examples.
Right.
So I think the resistance is coming down, and I do see them understanding the benefit for students. That the graduation rate, that graphic that he put up, University of
Georgia State
University in Atlanta.
I could see, I could feel the change in the room.
Right.
People were like, "Oh, look at that!"
Wow, look what we can do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So graduation is, graduation.
Well, I
is-
think too, sometimes you want to make sure that it's not just a futile effort. Where, I think sometimes in education we feel like we're, what are those pools called that are, the endless pool?
where you can swim.
Where you can swim
Oh,
laps without
infinity
going
pool.
in.
Infinity
Yeah, the
pools.
infinity pool. I feel like in education we're so constantly adapting that we feel like we're in an infinity pool.
Right.
A lot of the time. And so for him to be able to display
Yeah.
the outcomes that others who have probably felt the same way were able to achieve was
And this is big.
good.
This is big.
Big work.
Big work. Big
Yes.
change.
Yes.
And I think we can often fall into ruts, individually as professors, faculty, where we don't maybe change and evolve our class as quickly as maybe we should or could. And so this is just pushing us forward pretty quickly in a big quantum leap. So it's a little scary, but I think it's coming around. I really do.
Yeah. We have a few minutes left. I guess in the interest of full disclosure, just to say, before I ask this question that I think I know the answer to, that you and I were adjunct faculty together for a number of years, and then actually I served on the faculty interview committee that interviewed you among applicants, and when you were hired full-time faculty, 7 years ago or so?
6 years
Six ago. Why are you here? What drew you to TCC? Why do you want to teach here?
Well, it starts with, before TCC, it starts with community college. I knew I was going to go to a community college before I graduated with my degree, because I went to a community college. And I actually appreciated and liked my community college more than my transfer university in New York. They were both really good, but I loved my community college. It was what we have here. It was small classes. I got to know my professors. They were always there. I go to the university, feel like I'm a little bit like a number. I'm in classrooms of 300-400 people. It's quite a different experience. But then TCC, because I was here in Tulsa, and this was the community college in Tulsa, so it was a perfect fit for me. And I came out when the recession was really bad. And I was very lucky to have 2 offers, one from Rogers State and one from TCC, and it was never
Never a question.
Wasn't even a question. TCC, yeah. And I didn't look back, so.
Okay, we have the big question.
Yes.
And it's a very hard question. So,
Two. The answer is two.
no, it's not a very hard question. If you were to, so today's convocation,
Yes.
which means we're getting ready. So we hear the noise in the background. There's a lot of people gearing up for Monday.
Right.
The big launch, the big start, and it's a very exciting time. I think about the students that are going to start Monday, and it's a very exciting time for them too. If
Sure.
you were to look back and give advice to your 18-year-old self or college-bound self when you were pre-21, what would that advice be?
Simple. I would tell myself to be disciplined and get organized, because I did not do that right away, and I struggled because it's so much going on. You juggle so much as a beginning student that it took me time to find that organization, develop that organization. And so now that I teach strategies all the time, I tell them all the time that my most successful students are not always the smartest, but they are almost always the most organized. Is the organized student that does really well. So yeah, that's what I would tell myself.
That's good advice. Yeah. That's good advice.
Well, Sloan, again, congratulations on your Faculty Service Excellence Award.
Thank you.
Best of luck in your year as Faculty Association President, and especially thanks for your time today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we thank you for your time as well. Don't forget that you can catch us every week on The Grid, tulsacc.edu/thegrid, and on the Creativity Channel. And we will see you next time.